Is it worth to buy the EOD, the Edge of Darkness version of Escape from Tarkov? That's the topic of today's video, and I will explain to you how I did it in the past years in Tarkov. So let's jump right into the video. Dear comrades, Ivan the German is back, glad to have you here, and today I want to show you my way in Escape from Tarkov from the standard alpha version to the Edge of Darkness edition of Tarkov, how I did it and what the big benefits are to play with the EOD or some upgraded versions. And of course I will talk about the negative points of the EOD version. So first of all, this is not an advertisement from Battlestate Games. I do not get any money from Escape from Tarkov, from Nikita. I will get a flat rate in terms of kvass. I can drink a lot of kvass and all of that stuff, and I'm happy. Maybe I will get a little bit more luck. But this is my personal opinion, and with some guys of the community, we talked about the EOD version or the benefits or the differences between the standard and the EOD version. So first of all, if you want to buy Escape from Tarkov, you can buy the standard version for 35 euro, which should be around about 40 bucks, or you can buy the EOD, the Edge of Darkness, the biggest and most expensive version of Escape from Tarkov for around about 110 euro. So one bad thing besides of this huge price, of course, is that you have to calculate extra fees and taxes. So in the extra fees and taxes depends on your country. So you can calculate that the price is higher than the price you can see on the screen if you want to buy Escape from Tarkov, no matter if you want to buy the standard or the EOD version. So what I did is I bought Escape from Tarkov back in its release, so plenty years ago, and I bought the standard, normal, or let's say alpha version. Why do I call it alpha version? Because of the standard version of Escape from Tarkov, you will get a secure container as well, the alpha container, which is a 2x2, pretty standard, pretty basic secure container. If you buy the EOD, the Edge of Darkness version, you will get the gamma container 3x3, and that's a huge difference, and I will talk about that later on. So let me give you my advice at the beginning of this video. If you really like a special shooter experience, if you're really into shooter, or if you can catch Tarkov from a sale, buy the standard version to get into Tarkov. If you think Tarkov is the right game for you, if you like this hardcore experience, if you like to receive a specific learning curve, try to get the EOD version during a sale. And right now I want to give you my way into Tarkov and my path. So I was a Battlefield and Call of Duty player since day one, and Battlefield had some really great games with Bad Company, Battlefield 3 and even Battlefield 4. And I had a lot of fun even in Call of Duty, but Call of Duty is on a way down in my opinion, and Battlefield, maybe you heard about the new Battlefield, but there's nothing new in the past years. So I went to Tarkov and I focused on Tarkov. So what I did, I bought the standard alpha edition regularly, and I upgraded it to the next better version. Like, I guess it was the Prepare to Die during the first sale. And after that, after some months or years, I bought the EOD version during the next sale. So that would be my advice to you. Wait for some specific sales. We had a sale in Escape from Tarkov last week, so the next sale could be the Black Friday or the winter sale. So I would wait till you can buy Escape from Tarkov or the next better version of your current version during the sale. So let's talk about the benefits in Escape from Tarkov with the EOD. As you can see right now, my inventory is pretty messy because I try to play a lot as I can. And right now I'm struggling a little bit with my real life companies and my education stuff and all of that. So I don't have that much time right now, unfortunately. So that's why I try to make as many raids as possible. And that's why my inventory is a little bit messy. But the benefit from the EOD version is your inventory is huge. That's one of the biggest benefits from this version. Your inventory is huge. And what does this mean for your game experience? So the EOD version is not a pay to win. It's more like a pay to save your time or a pay to progress, because with a bigger inventory you can stash more stuff, obviously, and that means that you can save some stuff and sell these specific items if you have the right, or if the right time is there. For example, I'm saving a lot of sugar and all of that and some other stuff but I can afford that, or I can save some suppressor, I can throw some stuff in my stash because I have this huge inventory. But of course you can upgrade your inventory if you have the standard edition in your hideout, but this upgrade is expensive. You have to buy a lot of stuff with in-game currency, which is hard to get. But the next big thing is the Gamma container. I talked about that early on, and right now I like to play with a Grizzly in my Gamma container. Why? Because Tarkov or Battlestate Games nerfed the raiders in EFT. That means raiders have almost no medical supplies, and that's why I like to, or the reason for that is, or it seems the reason for that is because they want to nerf the labs experience for the real money traders and all of that, or how you can loot raiders on reserve. And that's why labs is a little bit harder for normal players, and that's why you have to bring a lot of healing into the raid, especially as I said if you go on labs. And that's why I like to have my Gamma container. But imagine you would have only the Alpha container 2x2. Basically that would be the Grizzly. Of course you can bring some other medical supplies like Salabas and all of that, but it's also a 2x1 slot. On top of that, you need something to fix your blacked limbs, or it is a big benefit, because with a black limb you are more likely to die. On top of that, you need some painkillers. So as you can see, my medical supplies takes a lot of space in my secure container. Of course you can take less, you can put away the golden star, you can play with some painkillers or something else, and furthermore you can put some ammunition or some spare mags. Like the VSS and ASVAL 30 round magazines are pretty expensive. There are some nice spotters, like you need 4 pliers, the yellow pliers, and you can get the 30 round magazines quite cheap. But you can also stash one 30 round magazine in your Gamma container, or if you play the mutant, you can stash some extra rounds, because rounds and ammunition are very expensive and they will be much more expensive as well. Furthermore, you can stash, which is also a 2x1 item, your documents case. This one is also a big benefit. Imagine you are an alpha version player, 2x2, so this is your space, and 1x2 is your docs case, so you only have 1x2 left. And imagine you would play with a Salaba or with something else, or your magazine or spare ammo, so this would be it. As you can see, it's not that much. So I've mentioned it earlier this video that we talked in our community about how is it to play with the alpha version. You are very welcome to join on our Discord. And so the result is that if you have the alpha version, it feels like you're playing the demo of Escape from Tarkov. Basically you have the final game, or basically you can play everything, but your way to reach everything or to reach to a certain level of Tarkov is way harder, and it's a big eye-opener if you have the EOD version. So it's a huge and major difference, believe me guys. Playing with the alpha version, or only with the alpha version of Tarkov, is really hard if you are a casual or normal player. So of course there's a challenge to play with the alpha container, and I like that challenge, but for you and me, or as everybody else as a casual player, it's hard to only play with an alpha version or standard version of Tarkov, due to the fact that you only have the low secure container 2x2 and the small hideout. If you do quests, for example the Punisher Part 6, and after the Punisher Part 6 or the Punisher quest line, you will get the Epsilon container, which is a 2x4 big container. I like that, and I like the opportunity that you as a normal player can get a bigger secure container. Of course you can get a beta container from Peacekeeper as well, but you will save a lot of time with the Gamma container and your bigger hideout. So I hope you can get my point why it makes sense to get the EOD version. On top of that, and that's some smaller facts, you will get a season pass for Escape from Tarkov, which includes all DLC. Unfortunately not Arena, but I think Tarkov is a long-term game, or a game which you can play for a longer time period, because Tarkov will change every patch, every year, let's say every period. Tarkov is almost a different game, and that's why I like to spend that amount of money for a very good and unique developer. As I said, this is no advertisement for for Battlestate Games or for Tarkov. This is just my opinion why I think the EOD version is worth it at the end of the day. And as I said, you can benefit from Tarkov on a longer time or for a long term in your shooter and gaming experience. If you come back next year and you will play Tarkov, you have your EOD version, and Tarkov will be almost a different experience, a new experience, new maps, bigger maps, and you can, or the money you spend into Tarkov is, in my opinion, so the money you spend for the EOD version is worth it, as I said. And right now I'm really interested about your opinion. Are you an EOD player or a standard player, or do you have a different opinion? Write in the comments below, and I hope this video was helpful for everybody out there who bought the EOD version and that you not regret it, or if you are maybe interested in buying the EOD version during a sale. This is my opinion. So as I said, your comments are very welcome, and I like to discuss with you your opinion or my opinion. And as always, don't forget to like this video, because we Germans want to win at least something. So I would really appreciate it if you like. Stay safe and see you in the next video, guys.